Okay, I know my makeup does not look very fresh right now, and that's because I've been wearing this for 8 full hours. Let's get started. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and if you are new here, then welcome to my channel. In today's video, I'm reviewing Maybelline Superstay 24 Full Coverage Foundation. This is how the packaging looks like. Well, yours is not going to look this ratchet, at least not the cap. And that is because I thought it does not come with a pump. Well, it does, but I thought it does not, and I was just like twisting it, and now mine is a little bit broken, but it still works. So word of advice, it comes with a pump. You don't have to twist and ruin it like I did. So this retails for 750 rupees, and it has only been launched in 9 shades. Now the shades mainly cater to fair to medium skin tone. It barely touches the deep dark skin tones, but again, there's not enough shades for really dark complexions, which I do not understand the point. Like, they launch these foundations so late in India, and you would expect them to at least launch their shades, like all of their shades, right? But no, it never happens. They just like experiment with a few shades and then they expand their shades. Like, what? Imagine this. Okay, Maybelline, if you're watching this, I know you're not, but still, like, think about it. If you, Maybelline, just imagine if you're a girl, okay, and you watch reviews and you watch people wearing something, and then you find out what it is and you really want to get it for yourself, and then you can't because that product made by that brand does not really make it for you because you're not important. How would you feel, Maybelline or Acne or just any brand who just puts out 6 or 7 or 9 shades and just leaves out a huge spectrum of people? But anyways, that rant can go on forever and ever. Let's move on. Let's talk about the description, what the product claims and everything. So I am on Nykaa right now, and it says Maybelline New York Superstay Full Coverage Liquid Foundation delivers 24-hour wear of concentrated coverage and flawless finish that doesn't fade or shift all day. So they're basically promising a full coverage and long-lasting foundation. The saturated color pigments provide an ultra-transforming effect, while the lightweight yet high-impact coverage formula glides onto the skin for a flawless makeup finish that lasts all day. Okay, so this claims to be an ultra-high coverage foundation, glide on your skin very smoothly, gives you a flawless finish, and also lasts very long. So, oh, by the way, the shade that I picked up is 310. That's because I use the shade 310 from Maybelline Fit Me as well. I know they have expanded the shades in Maybelline Fit Me right now, and I just haven't tried any other shade so that's why I just picked up this again. So now that we have all of the information laid out for you guys, let's move on to the application, and the wear test will be at the end of the video. You guys know how these kind of videos go, so let's start. Okay, so let's get started. I have the foundation with me, and I'm just going to pump out a little bit on the back of my hand. The consistency is on the thicker side. It's not runny and it's not extremely thick either. I mean, it does remind me a little bit of Fit Me foundation, but it's a little bit thicker than Fit Me foundation for sure. Now you guys know how it goes, one side with sponge and one side with brush, so let's get started. I think I applied way too much on only one side, but let's blend it out with a sponge and see how the coverage looks like. So I think it matches me quite well, I mean, at least on my chest, and the coverage is quite high coverage in my opinion, because with most high coverage foundations, when you do apply with a sponge, you do shear out the coverage quite a lot, but this side I seriously cannot see any of my acne marks as of now, because with a sponge, if I'm getting this sort of a high coverage, then I know with a brush it's going to be even better. So yeah, I don't even feel the need to layer it up to cover anything else, because one layer has done such an amazing job. But anyways, let's go ahead and apply it on this side with a brush. Okay, I hope you can see that this side I do have quite a few acne marks, so let's see how this does at covering these up. It blended in like a dream. It was extremely easy to blend with the sponge as well as with a brush, so that's good. Okay, now look at how well it covered up the acne marks that I had going on over here. I mean, this is definitely a full coverage foundation. I don't require any more layer on any of the sides. I do think that I can go with just a little bit more on my forehead because my forehead is quite tanned and it shows up in most foundations. But yeah, this is how my face looks like with just one layer, one side, this side with a sponge and this side with a brush. And finish is not a matte finish per se. I mean, it's not feeling drying or just like very tight on the skin, but at the same time I don't feel the need to like set it, you know. I don't feel dewiness on my skin, which is again a good thing for people who are on the oily side or combination skin type. But one thing for sure is that these type of foundations last quite long, so I'm hoping that this does the same. So yeah, so far so good. I don't think I'm going to set it because setting it might make it look more cakey. I'm also not going with another layer because I have a feeling that one more layer is going to make it look quite makeup-y and artificial. So I'm good with one layer. Hey guys, so it has been almost 8 to 9 hours now, and today I wore this foundation and did my full face of makeup, added blush, highlighter, everything. And even after 8 to 9 hours of wear, I can still see my blush and highlighter is gone, but still I can see my blush, which is a great thing. And I also did a helmet test just to see how much this foundation transfers. So I face this problem a lot. When I used to ride, whenever I used to remove my helmet, all the foundation from the side of my face would just disappear, or it would just fade at least. So I did that today because I was also going out. I noticed that after removing my helmet, there was just a little bit of fading, not a lot, which is a good thing, which basically means that this foundation does not transfer a lot. I mean, I still had foundation on my skin, which is a big thing because the helmet basically just like squishes your skin if you have like the snug fit helmet. And so it's really impossible for any foundation to stay on your skin, but this did, so that's a good thing. Another thing is that now I'm no more matte. Like when I freshly applied it, it's a demi matte foundation, you guys know this. But right now, I wouldn't call myself oily yet. I mean, I know that I can look even more oily than this with other foundations, but now, which is after 8 to 9 hours of wear, and not just indoor, I did go out and everything. Now is when I'm seeing a little bit of my natural oil seeping through, which is not a bad thing at all, which only tells that it's going to be a great foundation for people who have extremely oily skin because it is going to take care of the oil. Another thing is that the lasting part. I mean, you can still see my blush, you can still see the foundation pretty much all over my face. It has only faded a little bit on my forehead and on the sides, which again is mostly because of the helmet. But still, for a foundation to hold even this much after so long, after helmet, removing helmet, that's a lot for any foundation, and that's a lot of helmets as well in a single sentence. But you know what I'm trying to say, right? It's still very good. So I would say that this is quite a long lasting foundation. It is very good for oily skin or combination to oily skin, which is my skin type, and even for normal skin people who are not dry, this would be a great foundation. Those are the pros. The only problem with this, at least the shade in my opinion, is that it's too pink tone for me, and I just wish that this was a little bit of a yellow tone foundation. Another thing is that it did not really oxidize on me. Like, it still looks the same shade that I applied initially, maybe a little bit, you know, just tiny little bit, but not drastically at all. So on me at least, it did not oxidize that much, so I'm fine with that. I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing, but yeah, I don't really think of it much, so I'm fine with that. Now the only thing is that dry skin people, I would not really suggest this because this is this does feel okay. It does not feel tight, you know, like other matte foundations, but you can still feel that it is a matte foundation. Like, it's not ultra comfortable. So if you have dry skin, it is going to feel a little bit tight, and a little bit of discomfort you might feel if you have dry skin. That's about it. That's my review of this foundation. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Just to sum it all, great coverage, great lasting power, extremely good for normal to oily skin people, combination to oily skin I should say rather. And yeah, that's about it. I'll see you in my next video. Bye bye.